SamaritanTire.com. Samaritan Tire serving Minnetonka and Edina online at SamaritanTire.com.
From the 651 Carpets Plus, home of the Next Day Install Studios, this is the Power Trip on FM 100.3 KFAN, The Fan.
Internet that's everything you imagine, and then some. Quantum Fiber, your world unleashed. Sign up today and get internet with a price for life. Keep your internet service monthly rate for as long as you keep your plan. Internet service monthly rate subject to continued plan availability.
Welcome back. Final segment of the Power Trip Morning Show from Detroit Lakes. Again, a great crowd. Thank you all so much for being out here today.
Yeah.
We hope you've been entertained. We hope you're enjoying your kegs and eggs. We hope to see you again next year as well as we continue to come up here for our favorite weekend water carnival in Detroit Lakes. Hi, Mark Parrish.
Hi, I was waving to that camera.
She'll
see it later.
Okay, good. Fantastic. There you go. So we've got a dead heat, a big one going on at the initials game, and we're going into the final round of the initials major here, Corey.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, quick scoreboard update. Sauce and Creasel each have 6. Marnie has 4. Hawk and Parrish have 2. Emily at the score. Everybody's still mathematically in it, but we got a battle at the top and a handful of people that need a massive third round to get that major victory.
Epic comeback. Let's go. Here we go, Hawk.
Shall we do it?
Go, guys.
Everybody ready? Max, are you ready? Let's go. Round 3 of initials.
It's time for Initials Major Round 3 on the Power Trip.
Boom. All right. Sauce, you are tied for the lead with 6. You're just a handful of points away from a major victory. What happens if you get there?
I'm sponsored by my friends at 7th Avenue Pizza. If I win today, tweet me and tag 7th Avenue Pizza through the end of today, and one of you will win $100 to put towards restocking your freezer with 7th Avenue Pizza. And, of course, we shout out today Kings County Market in St. Francis, where they now have 7th Avenue Pizza.
Tied for the lead, the defending champ, John Creasel. You have 6 points and hairline fracture, one of the best guesses in initials history. Crease, what happens if you win your 2nd consecutive major?
You can go to johncreasel.com and book me for your next speaking engagement, johncreasel.com, or you could go over here and buy a book for my lovely wife. Let's go.
Yeah.
Marnie,
let's go. Good guys.
Marnie, you have 4. You're not out of this. You're only 2 back with 10 to go. Marnie, what happens if you win?
Let's go. I'm sponsored by my hometown friends at Great Clips. If I win today, tweet me and tag Great Clips. Through the end of Sunday, one lucky winner will get 1 year of free haircuts at Great Clips salons. They told me I might have mispronounced it the last time I read it, so I'm saying Great Clip.
Yeah.
She did.
A little bit
really
of a
did.
slip of the tongue.
Yeah.
Chris, you need a big round, but you're not out of it either. You're 4 back with 10 to go. What happens if you win?
Radco's got my back. If I win, you'll get 10% off your entire order now through Monday in-store online at radco.com. When you use the promo code initials, discount does not apply to toppers. Thank you, Radco.
Radco, right on. Parrish, same situation. You're 4 back, not out of it yet, though. What happens if you come back?
After my epic comeback, well, my good friends at ABC, American Building Contractors, will give out a $100 Visa card on Sunday. All you got to do is tweet at me, Mark D. Parrish, and tag at ABC will help, and somebody will win a $100 Visa gift card this Sunday. Let's go. Thank you, ABC.
Now, Emily, you need a mathematical miracle because you're 6 back with 10 to go. So just in case you don't come back and win, anybody you want to give a shout out to since you're on the radio on the Power Trip Morning Show?
My kids, Cece, Julie, Michael.
Hey!
Cece, Julie, and Michael.
Yeah.
Pick up that guitar and talk to me.
All right. Initialsgame.com. You can buy the home version, versions 4 and 5 available now. Initialsgame.com. You might want to check out initialsgamelive.com as well. Just a heads up on that. It's badass. Initialsgame Live and initialsgame.com. All right. Before we wrap this thing up and crown a winner of major number 2 of 2024, one more shot at $69,000. It's time for the final jackpot of the day.
Now it's time for the St. Paul Federal Credit Union Initials Jackpot.
Thank you, St. Paul Federal Credit Union. You looking to buy a new car? Save money in your current car loan? Do it with St. Paul Federal Credit Union. Now offering car loan rates as low as 6.29%. Apply today at stpaulfcu.org/KFAN. Federally insured by the NCUA.
All right, in hour 1, we had a guy get one of the 2 letters right, so he won $250 thanks to St. Paul Federal Credit Union. Because if you get 1 letter right, you win $250. But if you get them both right, you win the progressive jackpot, which goes up $500 every week. It's currently at $69,000, Zach. $69,000, Zachary. Isn't that unbelievable?
He doesn't have a microphone, you know.
No, I'm just watching him nod back there.
Yeah,
Not like that.
That's not what he's doing.
He's agreeing with the number.
Is that what he's doing?
Max back in St. Louis Park has a caller. This caller gets a shot at $69K thanks to St. Paul Federal Credit Union. Caller, what is your name and where are you from?
My name is Mark. I'm calling from Fargo.
Mark from Fargo.
Must be a great guy.
Right up the road.
Are you here with us? Is he here with us right now? That sounded local. Are you with us in Detroit Lakes?
I was with you last year. This year, I'm back in Fargo.
Back in Fargo. Marnie, he's from Fargo, Marnie.
You're my people, Marco. That's right. We got Fargo in the house here, too. Give it to me.
Mark, also the name of Marnie's husband, which is really cool. Will you?
No, Matt.
Will you? Oh,
Matt.
whatever, Matt.
we
That's
we
fine.
know that.
We know. Mark, will you split the money with Marnie Gellner if you win it?
I will definitely consider that.
Yeah, consider it.
That was the nice, polite no.
He's gonna consider it and say no. That's the correct answer. All right, Mark in Fargo, a shot at $69,000. What letters am I gonna use for round 3? Go.
I'm going with M and H.
M-H. Any chance those are your initials?
Absolutely.
All right, he's going with his own initials.
Come
Mark
on
in
now.
Fargo is going M and
Come on.
H.
Give it to him.
Marky Mark.
Here we go, Mark.
He's from the Dakotas. He's going for $69,000. Does Mark in Fargo have at least one
Look at
right
that thing.
with M, H? No.
Rose.
Come on.
Yell it out, crowd. What do you think I'm going to use? Not even close.
Right.
Somebody yell 18?
I think he said, 18. Those are numbers, sir.
Yell this out. Who thinks John Creasel's going to win this game? Who thinks Meat Sauce Paul Lambert's going to win this game? Who thinks Marnie's going to come back and do this? What about Mark Parrish? Does he have a snowball's chance in hell?
One guy.
I appreciate that. Go Husky.
How about Hogs Daddy?
Who thinks Emily's going to get one?
Yeah, get one.
All right.
Steve Wolford does.
Let's do this.
He passed away.
$69,000 would have gone to a caller if they had guessed double letters.
What is it?
If they had gone double P.
Oh, my God.
No.
I wrote down and showed it to Sus, double D.
Did
That
you
was
really?
my guess, yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Well, my
Wonder
guess
why.
is
Was it a photo? Or
Oh, no, I wasn't talking about the initials.
No, he was commenting on my jugs.
I think you look
double
great.
P. Double P is the combo for round 3. Again, Sauce and Creasel tied for the lead with 6. Marnie with 4. Hawk and Parrish with 2. Emily aiming to get on the board. Here we go. It comes down to this. Round 3 of major number 2 of 2024. Item 1 of double P.
Clue number 1.
Involves making a selection or multiple selections.
Clue number 2.
Often features a small variety of animals.
Clue number 3.
Is a piece of land.
M.
Emily.
Personal property.
Oh.
Incorrect. The room felt like it was going to happen. And then it didn't. But that's okay.
Clue number 4.
Is a seasonal attraction.
Clue number 5.
At its peak, displays an abundance of orange.
Marnie.
Marnie.
Pumpkin patch?
That's right.
Oh, that's it, Mark.
Marnie with pumpkin patch. And she's just one back with
Nice job.
9
That's it,
to
Mark.
go.
Good
I love Pumpkin Patch.
Pumpkin patch. Yeah.
That's where I can go and
Fan
see-
yourself off, Marnes.
Whoa.
You can do this.
Do what?
Relax, breathe. Barnes, breathe.
No, fan herself.
Breathe, Marnie.
I thought he said something super inappropriate.
I'm not.
Your mother is here.
I wouldn't
yeah,
do that. I
she's
know
a-
Mark. I wouldn't want to offend Mark.
It's Matt, right?
Whatever his name is, I don't care.
Yeah, you knew that.
I knew that. All right, Marnie, you're just one back. Creasel and Sauce still have the lead with 6. Marnie with 5. Hawk and Parrish with 2 apiece. Here's number 2 of double P.
Clue number 1.
Often connected to pink or a shade of pink.
Clue number number 2.
Known for its view.
Clue number 3.
Has a connection to a man named Zebulon. Hawk.
Pikes Peak.
That's right.
Wow.
What the hell's that?
It's getting
Pikes Peak. Chris knows his history.
Yeah, he's smart.
Pikes Peak.
Who's Zebulon?
I was just there.
Zebulon Pike was the guy they named Pikes.
You were just there, Creasel. I forgot about that. Is it spectacular?
It's amazing. Drove to the top. It's 14,000 feet.
Wow.
Whoa.
Man.
Yeah, it's a 14er. Nailed it.
All right.
Pikes Peak
Come on, good
gets
guys.
Chris
Good
his
guys. Come on,
third point, and he's hovering. He's just 3 back now with 8 to go.
Nice job, Hogs.
Thank you, bud.
Creasel with 6, Sauce with 6. Marnie, you're just 1 back with 5. Hawk has 3, Parrish has 2. Emily yet to score, but there's 8 to go.
Come on, Em, you got this.
Here's number 3 of Double P.
Clue number 1.
One of the words is defined as, quote, a room in a private house used for relaxing.
Clue number 2.
Features customers.
Clue number 3.
Not required to, but historically have featured a red and white color scheme.
Clue number 4.
Creates and sells food.
John.
Yep.
Pizza parlor.
That's right.
Oh, my Lord.
And I was specifically looking for parlor. That was the clue. If you said pizza place, I was not going to accept it because parlor was that first clue. But John got it. Pizza parlor
Nice job.
is the right answer, and you take the lead. John has 7. Sauce has 6.
All right.
Marnie has 5. Hawk has 3.
Come on,
Parrish
make some
has
noise.
2.
Let's go. Come on, good guys.
Now we go.
Now we got it.
7 to go. Here's number 4 of Double P.
Clue number 1.
Is considered slightly opaque.
Clue number 2.
This is often considered beige.
Clue number 3.
This is eventually flat.
Clue number 4.
Has great resistance to heat.
Clue number 5.
This is often sold in rolls or sheets.
Mark.
Yep.
Parchment paper?
That's right.
Oh, good one, Parrish.
That's parchment paper. Look at the cook over here. Look at Mark Parrish. He likes bacon cookies.
Oh, yeah.
Bobby Flay over here.
Nikki will tell you I don't step foot in those. I love to eat though, so.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Look at Mark
That was
Parrish.
good,
All right,
Parrish.
parchment paper keeps
Nice
Parrish
job,
All right, let's
afloat.
go.
Creasel, you have 7. Sauce has 6. Marnie has 5. And then Parrish and Hawk each have 3. Almost halfway through the final round. Here's number 5 of Double P.
Clue number 1.
Are subjective.
Clue number 2.
Often considered trivial.
M.
Emily.
Personal preference.
All right.
That was a good guess.
Not a bad guess, and you fired. You might as well. You only got like 5 items to go, so why not take a shot? Nothing wrong with that guess. That is incorrect. Emily out for the rest of number 5.
Clue number 3.
Connected to behaviors.
John.
Yep.
Power play. Damn it.
Wow. Finally a miss.
Wow.
A rare
I didn't think
miss.
that happened.
That's big.
Yeah, let me finish that clue, but Creasel out for the rest of number 5.
Clue number 3.
Connected to behaviors, communications, and habits.
Clue number 4.
Are triggers.
Clue number 5.
Are annoying or irritating.
Meat sauce.
Creasel knows it. Whoops. Final clue.
Clue number 6.
Paul.
Yeah.
Pet peeves.
Just enough time to get it. Pet peeve is the right answer, and Saucy ties Creasel for the lead, and Creasel did have it like a clue before that, so that was a big swing.
That was a good one.
That's a big one, guys.
That was a key one.
Come on now.
All right, Pet Peeve gets Sauce back tied for the lead.
Barnes.
Creasel and Sauce with 7. Marty, you're just 2 back.
Come on.
Time.
Here we go.
Go, Crease. Come on, baby.
All right, Hawk and Parrish basically not have to run the table yet, but we're getting pretty freaking close. Here's number 6.
We go now.
Number 6 of Double P.
Clue number 1.
Is anthropomorphic.
Clue number 2.
Debuted in 1935. Yep.
Park Place.
Hawk out for number 6.
Clue number 3.
Is bald.
Marnie. Pink Panther.
Marnie out for the rest of number 6 as well. No Hawk, no
I don't know what
Marnie.
anthropomorphic means.
Clue number 4.
Wears a bow tie.
Clue number 5.
Is pink. Paul. 5.
John.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
Creasel.
Pink Panther.
No, that's what he just said.
Yeah.
No, we're down to Parrish and Emily.
What's up, Emily?
Creasel. No, I thought you had this for sure.
I did too.
No. Final clue, Emily and Parrish. Emily, this has got to be yours. You have to get this one. Here we go. Final clue of number 6.
Clue number 6.
Stutters. 5, 4, 3,
Mark.
2. Mark.
Peppa Pig?
No! Emily, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What just happened? Yell it out.
Porky
That's Porky Pig.
Oh, man.
Wow. I cannot believe that got missed by the entire group. That's crazy. Porky Pig. Marnie, anthropomorphic means that it's like an animal that talks.
Pink Panther was not a bad.
Yeah, no, not a bad guess. The Pink Panther.
But it was a bad guess
The
from
second
Creasel.
time.
Wow, Crease. When Crease rang,
Yeah,
I'm like, this
same.
is over. This is
Yeah.
going to be the difference. And then he said Pink Panther. That keeps it close, though. All right, there's 4 items to go, and we're still tied at the top. Creasel and Sauce have 7 apiece.
Here we go.
Marnie, you're 2 back with 5. Hawk and Parrish, also not mathematically out of this. You have to basically run the table, but not over yet for Hawk and Parrish, who have 3 apiece. Sauce and Creasel with the lead. Here's number 7 of Double P.
Clue number 1.
The first word is a reference to an area or space.
Clue number 2.
An individual can have this.
Clue number 3.
This involves poise and timing.
Clue number 4.
This features a large amount of awareness.
Clue number 5.
This is a sports phrase. Final clue.
Clue number 6.
Having a great level of this helps quarterbacks avoid... Marnie.
Pocket present.
Yes, Marnie.
Marnie!
That's pocket presents, and Marnie stays alive.
Man.
Hello, Marnes.
And you beat Paul to the buzzer, which almost never happens, but you did it.
Nice job, Barnes.
All right, with 3 to go, Parrish and Hawk now mathematically eliminated, but clearly keep playing because Creasel and Sauce are battling for the win. They have 7. Marnie, you're just 1 back with 6. This is not over. And Emily, you got 3 more shots to get on the board. You can do this, Emily.
I got to get one.
All right, Marnes, the crowd wants to see it. Look at standing O for Marnie. Let's go. Creasel with 7, Sauce with 7, Marnie with 6. Here's number 8 of Double P.
Clue number 1.
This is a reference to a behavior.
Clue number 2.
This features manipulation or deception.
Clue number 3.
This involves a level of unresponsiveness.
Clue number 4.
One of the words is an animal.
Clue number 5.
This is used when threatened.
John.
John for the lead.
Playing possum.
Playing possum.
Good one, John.
That is
good one.
playing possum, and Creasel is on the verge
Nice job,
of victory.
Whoa.
There are 2 items to go, and here's the situation. John, if you get number 9 or number 10, you have won yet another Initials Major. Your second in a row. Sauce, you're just 1 back, of course, with 2 to go, so you need one of these final 2. And Marnie, you are 2 back with 2 to go, so you need both of them.
We go now.
Come on. Come on.
Creasel,
Here we go. Here we go. Good guys.
Creasel is going for the win. Here's item 9 of Double P.
Clue number 1.
Most commonly considered small.
Clue number 2.
Often made of wood, cardboard, or plastic.
Clue number 3.
Are considered uniquely shaped.
Clue number 4.
Features a fragment of an image.
Clue number 5.
Interlocks.
Marnie.
Marnie.
Puzzle piece.
Yes, Marnie!
Nice job.
Oh my gosh, Marnes, not over yet.
Out of the way, Mars.
All right, the situation now is as simple as this. Creasel, you have 8. Marnie and Sauce each have 7. So Creasel, you get this right, you're the winner.
Here we go, Crease.
You get this, you're the winner.
Okay.
If Parrish, Hockey, or Emily gets this right, Creasel, you're also the winner. So it's 4 on Team Creasel right now. Marnie needs this for the tie. Sauce needs this for the tie. Final item of Double P. Marnie needs this for the tie. Sauce needs this for the tie. Everybody else gets John Creasel the win. Here we go. Number 10
Thanks.
of Double P.
Clue number 1.
Considered distinct or recognizable.
Clue number 2.
Are sometimes studied.
Clue number 3.
Often connected to mud, snow, soil, or sand.
Clue number 4.
These are left.
John.
For the win.
Paw print!
Yeah! Those are paw prints, and Creasel wins yet again. Paw prints.
Wow.
Oh, Johnny K.
That a boy, Crease.
The kiddo
Nice
wants
job,
to hug
Johnny.
you.
You better come up and hug Daddy.
Chloe,
Nice
your
job,
dad won
John.
again. Your dad's tough to beat, Chloe.
Yeah, nice job, John.
Man, Johnny K is so good at this game. Paw prints, down to the wire, down to the final item, and he gets the walk-off victory.
Nice
job, John.
Wow.
The dude's good at this game, man.
JohnCreasel.com.
Woo.
Book him today. If you're here, buy a book. Still standing. Well done, John.
I tried to piss it away.
Man, I'll tell you, dude. Wow.
I thought Pink Panther honestly cost you the whole thing. I thought you rang in and got Porky Pig. It was over, basically, but man, that left the door open and you still got your second victory.
Yeah,
That was
great.
the dumbest thing I ever said since the first time I said, I do.
Just too good.
Nice job, John.
Man, that's a hell of a game. Nice job, Saucy. Nice job, Marnes.
Barnes, you almost had it.
Yeah, it's a hell of a comeback.
My first thought was footprint. Is it mud and the left? And I'm like, okay, what kind of a footprint? What kind of a footprint? Well, a paw print. Crease, you're really, really good at this game.
Yes, you are.
Chloe.
Oh, she's the best.
So adorable.
All right, well, that'll do it. We only have a couple minutes left. Thanks to Detroit Lakes for having us. We love you guys. This is always so much fun to come up here and do it in front of you fine people at Detroit Lakes and the greater Fargo area as well. I know a lot of you drove down from Fargo. That's just sick.
That's right.
You support the show.
And let's hear it for Emily as well. Emily, you gave your
Emily.
best shot. You threw it out there. Nice job. Congratulations.
Thanks.
What did you have written down for PP?
Peter Pan, ping pong.
Yeah, they're
all good.
Yeah.
All acceptable.
Yeah, all of them. Yeah. Sauce, you almost had
not
it.
Porky Pig.
Yeah.
Not Porky Pig.
Not Peppa Pig?
Yeah.
No.
No.
Yeah, Porky Pig's gonna haunt Sauce as well. I still can't believe the whole group missed that one. That was crazy. That was I thought that was one of the layups.
But Sauce and I rang in too early. We both had it had we not missed.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, the stuttering was kind of the giveaway, but I thought Parrish and Emily were gonna get that one, and that didn't hit it as well. Whatever. Maybe
It's
Porky
really
Pig's
hard
just
when
outdated.
everyone's looking at you going,
Yeah.
come on, come on, come on.
Yeah, not much was clicking for me today, Corey.
Nah.
You had me twisted.
I'm with you.
And Nikki has already texted you and trolled you about
Instantly.
childbirth.
Instantly.
So you're going to hear about that one, I assume, the rest of the weekend.
Oh, much longer than that.
Mark, aren't you sticking around a little bit today? You got appearances today or
Yeah,
what?
we got some appearances today. Hub 41's one of them.
Oh, right across the
right
street.
across the street. Yeah, man. Awesome. That's great.
What are you doing appearances for?
Northland Vodka.
Oh, right on. Good for you.
We're selling some of that. Yeah, we're at a couple of liquor stores. I can't find it right now.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you-
just
Jesse, help
look
me
them
out.
up.
Where
There you
are
go.
you, Jesse?
You and
yeah,
Josh.
we got a couple of appearances around town here today. So
You and-
come on
you
out.
and Josh just,
me and Josh,
slinging the
slinging a
liters?
little vodka.
Yeah. And don't forget,
I hope he likes that vodka.
Yeah, he will. The beach bash is going on, and thanks so much to the JCs here at Detroit Lakes for having us down. Easton Corbin tomorrow night, Radio X and Uncle Chuck tonight. So check out the music and enjoy a beautiful, beautiful place. Thank you, Detroit Lakes. Thank you all for coming out here. We appreciate it very much. Thank you so much.
Thanks to Jared Wells. Thanks to Zach Halverson. Thanks to Max Fuller. Thanks to all of you. We'll see you Monday morning, 5:30 to 9. 9 to noon is next. Everybody have a great weekend.
Internet that's everything you imagine, and then some. Quantum Fiber, your world unleashed. Sign up today for an internet service monthly rate with peace of mind.
To listen back to today's Power Trip Morning Show or to hear previous shows, podcast us on the iHeartRadio app or KFAN.com.
KFAN Total Traffic.
From the Quick Trip Traffic Center, here's a look at the roads. Well, it took a while for this rush hour to get going, but it is definitely here. Accident on the right shoulder, 35W northbound at 26th Street. Highway 52 northbound, Plato Boulevard to 94 backs up. 35W northbound, a crash on the right shoulder at 26th. And Highway 52 southbound is just at a standstill between 80th Street and Concord. 494 northbound at Stone Road, a stall on the left shoulder there. That's traffic on the fan. Traffic is sponsored by Audible. Why not escape the traffic with Audible? Immerse yourself in new worlds, stories, and ideas with an incredible selection of audiobooks, podcasts, and originals. There's more to imagine when you listen. Sign up for a free trial at audible.com.
Metallica in the round. M72 World Tour. Live from the 50-yard line of U.S. Bank Stadium. 2 nights, 2 different sets. Friday, August 16th, 2024 with Pantera and Mammoth WVH. Sunday, August 18th, 2024 with Five Finger Death Punch and Ice 9 Kills. Get access to preferred tickets with your city card. Single day tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Metallica. Presented by Blackened American Whiskey and Liquid Death.
The tenants of your rental property are great at throwing loud parties. Paying the rent on time, not so great. Let renterswarehouse.com take the stress out of property management. They specialize in locating reliable tenants for your property, usually in a matter of days. Our professionals do it all, including rent collection and maintenance coordination, all for one flat monthly fee. Find out how much your home will rent for. Get your free home price analysis at renterswarehouse.com. That's renterswarehouse.com.
Hey, it's Guardsy from Bumper to Bumper on the Fan. Want to save on some of the biggest names in streaming on the network made for streaming? X marks the spot. Now through September 21st, get 150 megabit Xfinity internet for 12 months with a 1-year contract, and for just $15 a month, add the new Stream Saver that includes Peacock, Apple TV Plus, and Netflix. That's Xfinity internet and Stream Saver for just $35 a month. All your favorites, all in one place, only from Xfinity. So go ahead and binge some shows, stream some movies, and save some money all at the same time. For more watching and less spending,
X marks the spot. Switch to Xfinity, the network made for streaming, and bring on the good stuff. Go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Restrictions apply. Internet offer requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account, equipment, taxes, and fees extra. After promo, regular rates apply. Currently $54 a month. Actual speeds vary. Stream Saver requires Xfinity Internet or TV and price subject to change.
Hey, it's Meat Sauce here. Get ready to refresh with Celsius at holiday station stores for a limited time only. Buy any two 12-ounce or 16-ounce Celsius and get one free. Mix and match all your favorite flavors, including the exclusive new watermelon lemon. Stay cool and hydrated at holiday today.
You're free now. Free to fill your feed with impossibly chonky chonkers. Free to be everything you imagine, and then some. That's how it feels to have Quantum Fiber Internet. Your world unleashed. Learn more at quantumfiber.com. Limited availability. Service in select locations only.
Hi, it's Marnie Gellner for Blinks. I love my pendant necklace that transforms into reading glasses. And I have my Blinks with me all the time when I'm shopping, running errands, or out for dinner. And they make a great gift for birthdays or anniversaries for your wife, your mom, your grandmother. Give the gift of Blinks. And for the month of July, get 20% off your order with the promo code KFAN. That's 20% off at blinksreaders.com with the code KFAN. Blinksreaders.com. Pretty, smart, Blinks.
No one knows the importance of a great assist more than Lowe's and Leo Messi. That's why we've teamed up to give MVP's Pro Rewards members 10 times the points when Messi makes an assist during CONMEBOL Copa America USA 2024. Activate this offer starting June 20th, so when Messi assists, you score. Shop the day after an assist to earn those extra points. Not an MVP's Pro Rewards member? Join today. Visit Lowe's.com/Messi for more details.
Get 15% off right now with Sauce 15 at Chillboys.com, the most comfortable underwear in the world.
Sarah Spain for iHeart Women's Sports, presented by Elf Beauty. Chicago Sky rookie Angel Reese extended her WNBA record of consecutive double-doubles to 15 with 10 points and 10 rebounds Thursday night. But her Sky blew a double-digit lead and fell to the New York Liberty 91-76. Sabrina Ionescu led the Liberty with 21 points. Brianna Stewart added 19, and Jonquel Jones had 18 points in the win. For more women's sports stories, subscribe to Good Game with Sarah Spain on iHeart Podcasts.
When it comes to women in sports, Elf Beauty is all about leveling the playing field. The same goes for the boardroom, where Elf is one of only 4 publicly traded U.S. companies with a board that's 2/3 women and 1/3 diverse. Learn more at elfbeauty.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
From the 651 Carpets Plus, home of the Next Day Install Studios, this is FM 100.3 KFXN Minneapolis, St. Paul, The Fan.
Shall we begin?
Football Feast.
Holy Toledo!
Play around with a bad football team, bad things happen.
Hold on to your butts.
Thank you.
Get over it!
You homer!
Oh, good. Boom!
Got to be careful with Johnny Pecker.
Double doink.
58th time's the charm.
Just listen. Just listen.
You like that?
9 to noon.
Good stuff. What in the ham fat is going on with you guys?
The Duke is on fire!
You want to change the conversation, win some games.
Okay, that's metaphorical and realistic for every single team, but specifically the local teams. And this conversation today is known as the Friday Football Feast. It's PA in charge, Nordo by our side. And welcome to FM 100.3 KFAN. Power Trippers, welcome back to KFAN, FM 100.3 in the 651 Carpets Plus Studios. Old Soul Sports Cafe, let's go funky.
9 to noon.
Football Feast.
Good morning, Nordo.
Good morning, PA.
Good morning, Polly Wally.
Hey. Glad to be back.
So, who is Larry Schechter, and what do you like about his book, The History of Fantasy Sports? Because we're going to learn a lot about that at 11:03.
Larry Schechter was a high-stakes fantasy baseball player.
Oh, wow.
Like 20 years ago, and he was very good. He took down a bunch of big national championships and won a bunch of cash. And he's something of a journalist, and started working on a book about a year ago detailing the history of this fantasy sports industry, going all the way back to like the 50s and 60s, and the things that don't are sort of like fantasy football. Like, do you ever play Stratomatic? Nordo, do you ever play Stratomatic?
Back in the day.
Yeah, way back. Kid time. Yeah. Right,
When
exactly.
we were playing Operation and Life and hiding the $500 bills underneath the Monopoly board.
Exactly.
So just when they thought you were relegated to Baltic and Mediterranean, you whipped out those nickels and purchased those orange and gold properties.
Yes, and if you're the banker in Monopoly, you have an obligation to steal. I mean, that's part of the job is trying to nick a few bucks out of the kitty when you're the banker.
Crazy.
Well, the fun part about being part of only child syndrome is playing some of these games by yourself.
Yeah.
You win every time. It's amazing. For somehow, however it lays out, you're always victorious. I got hotels up and down that boardwalk, baby.
Now, if you don't know, for those of us that are board game aficionados,
right,
such as myself,
what'd you tweet of late? Some site I saw about some galvanizing board game site or something.
Yeah, I like to help local board game developers and that give them a little boost. The people in town that are doing good things, trying to build games, it's not always easy. One of my favorites is a company that's in town called Fight in a Box, run by Seppi Yoon. Super nice guy.
Gone with that Seppi Yoon.
Yeah, Seppi Yoon. And Seppi's is redoing a game called End of the Line. It's a game that's already been in the marketplace, but he's refactoring it, making it better, faster.
Is it a zombie game?
It's post-apocalyptic, but it does not have zombies.
Okay.
Yes. So yeah, I try to help out our local developers. And man, you guys probably have no reason to know this. Minnesota is ground zero for board game development.
Wow.
We have some of the biggest and best board game companies in the world are here.
Yeah.
Leader Games is here. We've got Fantasy Flight here.
Hasbro.
We've got Too Many Bones is here. Chip Theory Games is here.
What about Hasbro?
Hasbro is not here. And by the way, Hasbro mostly makes bad games.
Hasbro.
Yes. And speaking of bad games, Monopoly sucks.
Oh, come on.
It's
immortality.
It is awful. If you tried to bring Monopoly into the marketplace today, you couldn't sell 2 copies of it.
Right.
It is only because it was dropped in 1936 when your choices were to play Jacks or Monopoly.
Or Tiddlywinks.
Or Tiddlywinks. That's right.
Okay, but there's still, I'm sensing a change in games here, because at one point we're talking about Monopoly, like you're building up property, all of those things, life, you're starting a family, there's a little optimism in the game life. Is the next gradation going to be death? Or everything's post-apocalyptic. We got the pandemic games that were out there. Now, instead of trying to build a family, there's going to be a game where you just destroy as much as you can, and the person with the most of their assets and most of life left in ashes, they win the game. Is that what I'm sensing? The trend, the evolution of these board games?
No, the zombie thing is kind of come and gone, fortunately, because I think that got played out a lot. But the games are getting just better. The complicated games are getting more complicated, and that's fine. That's not really my deal. The simple games are just getting better and more interesting. And, now it used to be a Target. You'd go into a Target. You could buy Monopoly, Clue, and like 6 board games.
Risk.
Now you can buy.
I still love Risk.
Yeah.
Well.
And why hasn't there been an iteration of Risky? I mean, that could be Risk 2. Risky.
There is a Risk 2, and it's amazing. It's called Risk Legacy. Now, imagine this. You play a regular game of Risk.
Yeah.
But then, at the end of that game...
Because it wasn't long enough.
Because that game wasn't long enough. At the end of that game, it says, at the end of game 1, I want you to look at Secret Packet F. You open that up, and here's new cards. It'll say things like, oh, tear up this card, and you tear it up, and it's out of the game. Wow. It will have you draw on the map. It'll be like, hey, build your own island in the Pacific. Draw your own island and name it on the map.
That sounds sweet.
Risk
We'll
Legacy
call it Chartstein.
is
I always loved that one.
amazing. And for anybody who likes Risk Legacy, so much fun. Mm-hmm. All the surprises, twists, and turns, and it plays out. By the end, it's almost like you're playing a different game because it morphs in small ways every time you play it.
Yeah.
And then you play it like 20 times and it's done. And it's
You
great.
sunk my battleship.
That's a bad game too. That was the old days. That was the old days.
Electronic Battleship, when it came out, was kind of fresh.
Now, did you ever play Battleship?
Yeah, and Electronic Battleship. It was in the era. Well, Stratomatic was that baseball card game, right?
That's right.
Right. Now, that all was in the era with the electric football field. Right, with the foam footballs that would get lost in the shag carpet.
Yes.
And nobody ever passed.
Nobody could pass.
Yeah.
I mean, that was the thing.
And thus came the origin and the genesis of Minnesota high school football.
I always loved that
one. I'm just kidding.
The problem with Battleship, not the electronic Battleship kept it clean, but in regular Battleship, like Nordo says,
the battery runs out.
No,
you sunk my battleship.
Nordo would give me
B4 or something.
Yeah, like B4, and I'd look down and that's a hit. I'm gonna just move my carrier ever so slightly. Miss. That's a miss.
We're 7 minutes into it. You've encouraged Monopoly devotees who bank to be obligated to steal money.
Yeah.
And those who have lost to you and you sunk my battleship, you're now saying that you move the aircraft carrier.
Oh, 100% you move it.
Really? Wow.
That was the problem with the electronic Battleship because it knew where all the pieces were.
No, your best odds is if there was a TV on or something like that and you're playing with a buddy. Mm-hmm. You see them watching. You see them watching that thing for 3 seconds, and my battleship has traversed the entire.
It's run out of gas.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, you see, now that's the problem. And then, while we're talking about board game cheats, Clue.
Right.
You can.
I've never played Clue.
You've never played Clue?
Yeah, like Colonel Mustard.
Yeah,
and
with the lead pipe in the study.
Yeah,
You've never played that.
I've heard the name. I've never played it.
It's a legitimately good game.
Right.
It is.
Nordo and I play. We use a Ouija board before each radio show to determine whether it's going to be good, mediocre, or bad. We
I think
like
you
the
just like
results
holding
this morning.
hands, which is the key part of the Ouija board. Mm-hmm. Clue, and this will be a little bit lost on you, Paul, but. The way that Clue works is a process of elimination. You've got a little card in front of you that's got all the possible suspects listed, then all the possible weapons listed, and at the bottom, all the possible locations listed. You get some cards of people who didn't do it. And then I'm trying to get your cards of who didn't do it so that I can, through a process of elimination, figure out who did do it. Mm-mm. Here's the problem. Mm-hmm. When I say, Nordo, Professor Plum in the conservatory with the wrench.
Yeah.
He needs to show me one card.
Yeah.
Let's say he shows me the conservatory.
Uh-huh.
Now, I know where on my little card where the conservatory is versus the wrench versus Professor Plum.
By the Arboretum.
Right. And when I check the box or I little tick mark by the conservatory, everybody could see approximately where I'm writing that, and they all know the card I just got shown.
Wow, that's sneaky.
That is the sneaky. That's the cheat in Clue right there.
Damn. Stratomatic, Schechter, History of Fantasy Football.
So fantasy football before the internet, right? Like, how were we even playing before the internet? What were the companies? Who were the people that were doing pre-internet fantasy sports?
Yeah.
How many people were playing? How bad did you want to play? When you were scoring everything by hand in fantasy baseball.
I remember that.
162 games, all the teams, it's just. So we'll talk to Larry Schechter about the early days, some of the pivotal moments. There was an existential crisis in 2006 that almost ended fantasy sports for everybody. We'll talk about that a little bit.
Wow.
How we dodged that. Yep.
What was existential about it?
Well, the crisis was... The leagues decided they owned stats.
Right.
Suddenly, the same stats that have been available, in the newspaper for years. You
On
could
the
go
Agate
to a
page.
game. I could watch Mickey Mantle. I could see him go 3 for 4 with a double and 2 singles.
Mm-hmm.
But now all of a sudden, the leagues are claiming, no, we own that.
Right.
Once fantasy got big enough, then like, well, there's money here to be had.
Right.
Now we own all the stats from the players. So the fantasy industry then was very small. We were not a big, really. We didn't have much bargaining power back then. We're tiny. DFS hadn't happened yet. There was no FanDuel. There was no DraftKings. And how we battled the leagues to make sure that stats could be used by anybody, that anybody can see the stats. Anyone, nobody owns the stats. Otherwise, had it worked out that way, we'd all have to play at NFL.com, and that would be it.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that with Larry Schechter, 11 o'clock.
It's the minimal intel that I have on this, because I haven't read it, but I do have some questions, is that you can tell Larry's book, The History of Fantasy Sports and the Stories of the People Who Made It Happen, has been exhaustively researched, and it's detailed history of the fantasy sports industry. And I know people who have spent their entire careers in that industry who have become enlightened by the interviews and countless stories throughout the book. So I'm looking forward to that at 11:03.
And obviously, I've been in the industry since 1993. It's about basically my entire adult life, and there was a ton of stuff in there that I did not know, because I was very football-centric. The early days of fantasy sports, it was more rotisserie sports and baseball.
Right.
And that stuff was just totally lost on me.
That was back in the day when and I'm sure people still do it, but a lot of people would have score books at like a Major League Baseball game, and they would score the game.
Yeah.
So they would, draw the line up to first base for a single for Ted Williams, and then he advances on an error, and you draw that, but you got an E6 over here.
Do you know how to do that? I don't.
Yeah.
Do you know how to score a game? Like you get the program out and you turn, open to that page, you got your pencil. Do you know you can score a game?
Yeah, I
do not know how.
Might require a refresher. But that's gone by the wayside a little bit,
hasn't it?
Along with the hand recording of the stats, instead of getting them from obviously the internet or in the newspaper, what's known as the Agate page, where all of the box scores are and everything. But fantasy baseball's OG. I mean that's the original game. That's the OG of fantasy sports, right?
Well, mostly, but as Larry will tell you, there were early non-baseball fantasy leagues happening that mostly nobody knew about, including one that involved the Al Davis Oakland Raiders, people inside the organization, the beat writers. Yeah, that was happening in the 60s.
What do you mean?
They were playing fantasy football.
Wow.
Inside the Raiders organization and with the beat writers in the 60s.
Crazy.
Yes, they're drafting Johnny Unitas. It was that era of players back then.
Now, speaking of fantasy sports, PA in charge feasting on a Friday, Carly Knox, the president of business operations for the Minnesota Lynx, joins us about 30 minutes from now. And Carly's nice enough to join for myriad reasons, but Sunday is the Caitlin Clark game. So the Indiana Fever are at Target Center to play Miss Reeves' Lynx on Sunday. The Lynx take on the Seattle Storm this evening. And, when I concede that I'm part of the Lemming Covenant. Yes, I know the WNBA has been around nearly 3 decades. I've been to a Lynx LA Sparks championship game at Target Center. And I've come across games including, let's say, what would Immortality be? Lisa Leslie, Rebecca Lobo, Sue Bird, names like that. Yeah, we know those in cursory fashion, but really until I took in what Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese and that natural, authentic rivalry heads to the professional ranks. That bit me. From a sports fan standpoint, that bit me. So, I'm watching games. I'm watching a fair amount of games, and so I'm in. All right. Now, when it comes to staying in, I just feel in this day and age that the the gambling or fantasy aspect of it will need to exponentially increase to keep some of the casuals in. You know what I mean?
Well, those things help a lot. Gambling helps. Fantasy helps a lot. But one step at a time. I mean, we finally got people watching games, right? And, finally people care about women's basketball in a way that they never have before.
And you can bet on WNBA.
Oh, heck yeah,
and
absolutely.
I'm sure there are WNBA fantasy basketball leagues that have been around for a quarter century.
That's right.
And there is daily. I mean, you can play fantasy WNBA daily.
Daily, yes.
But it's, it's like you also, hockey and baseball. That also obviously is wagerable, but not nearly as popular as NFL, Division I college football, or basketball. And I'm not saying the WNBA will get there, but the more the fantasy / research of the statistical wherewithal increases and or improves, I believe even more eyes will watch the sport.
Well, and many people feel like because not that many people follow the WNBA, that if you try,
great point,
you can house chips
I know
in
where you're
both
going.
betting and fantasy,
right?
Because you're trying harder than a bunch of casuals are just doing it because it's the only thing on a Tuesday night or whatever.
Right.
Yep. There's a lot of good angles that way if for those that are motivated by it, and all that stuff helps.
I wonder if there are limits with the WNBA. With certain sports books. So let's say the one you're going to bring up later, Circa. Well, I mean, you can if you have like a player's card or they have some personal intel or data on you.
Yep.
You can roll up there with that player's card and be like, I'd like $50,000 on the Las Vegas Raiders -2 in this Monday Night Football game against whomever. I'd be
They will
willing.
not take that bet on the links.
No chance.
No chance.
Right. So, but
now what they might do is they would say, we're happy to take your $50,000. We're going to spread that over links +2, +2.5, +3, +3.5, and +4.
Yeah.
And we're going to give you $10,000 bets on each one.
That's a great point.
Yep.
Because a $10,000 bet on a WNBA game
Is
would
a
move
lot.
the line a point, probably minimum, right? Elite point. But you know this, man, because you even if you don't spot up daily, you know the game pretty well and inside and out, is the best of the best ever to best. They don't necessarily play the NFL. They don't play. They'll play Division I college football or basketball, but only the first 3 weeks. Because after 3 weeks, now
everybody knows,
has seen the same thing. They play baseball. They play NHL. And WNBA would be something like that.
Do you know Dave Koken?
Yeah.
Dave Koken, Hall of Fame level handicapper going back 40 years.
Vegas guy, ESPN.com maybe?
Vegas guy. I think he's worked for various different outlets and stuff.
Right.
Unfortunately, just revealed he has terminal cancer.
Ooh.
He's decided not to fight it. He's just going to live his life. And an awesome guy.
Oh, you know Dave Koken?
Yeah.
Oh, very cool.
I met him one time in the 90s in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
I was a total nobody, just, publisher, Fantasy Football Weekly magazine.
Were you hanging out at Glitter Gulch?
I always loved that. No, it was not Glitter Gulch. It was MGM. He was broadcasting live from MGM, and I was a guest. And we spent an hour or so talking on air and off air. And he said, for football, the best betting angle you can have in football, preseason NFL.
Right, but then I've heard that, but there are limits. I mean, you can't. I'd be surprised if you can bet $5,000 on a preseason game.
I'm pretty sure you can for NFL.
Really?
Yeah, but you can't bet $100,000.
Right.
But it's easy to figure out which. His premise was this: some coaches care about winning, some don't.
Yeah.
First-time coaches care about winning.
Yeah.
Bill Belichick doesn't, and he lost all the time in the preseason.
This may have stopped last year, but
yeah, that's true.
To your point, John Harbaugh and the Baltimore Ravens, they won like 19 straight preseason games.
Yes, said some coaches care. I mean, talk about a great betting angle.
Yeah.
John Harbaugh's trying to do whatever it takes to win 19 straight preseason games.
Yeah.
Yes. And other coaches are literally not trying to win.
See, the problem, the problem, if that was part of the mix for me, is that, okay, if you're going to bet numbers, if you're going to make this a supplemental income thing and not, a 0.20 lampshade, let's have fun,
yeah,
then it's you also have to accept that if it's a point spread related thing or a money line related scenario, that sure, you have an angle against, say, Aiden O'Connell, who's going to play the entire fourth quarter, and you know that. But he's also going to be throwing against corners who probably aren't going to be on the team.
That's right.
And they're going to be running at linebacker, safeties, and corners who probably can't tackle, as well as corners 1 and 2.
That's right.
So all of a sudden, look at this, man. I'm in the money.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden, 3 L's whiff on tackles from a fourth back who won't be on the team. He makes one cut because he played D1 and he's gone and you lose. You just got to be careful,
Well, I guess you could say that about any bet, but Dave told me that then in the 90s, and I think it holds true to today. That some coaches care more than others, and betting preseason football is one of the safest bets you can make.
So fantasy football rules the roost as of now, and it's not even close, right?
Among other sports, yes. Well, the second is basketball. The third, golf.
Right.
Golf, fantasy golf.
Because it's weekly.
Because it's weekly.
Yeah.
Yes, you've got your tournament over 4 days. You got 3 days to think about it, put it all together.
Yeah.
Like DraftKings and FanDuel, most weeks or many weeks have got $1 million tournaments going for golf.
Jeez.
And people want in on that.
Right.
And so golf is very big.
So when I know noon to 1 today, it's the 10 of Fitzgerald, right?
Yes.
Yeah, noon to 1 is going to be a fantasy football feast. We're going to mix in some Pepper the Polly fantasy football queries, including next segment and 10:35 with Larry Schechter, the author of The History of Fantasy Sports, joining us at 11 o'clock. But with your rankings and with your opinions and the guillotine leagues and everything that are starting, cheat sheets and stuff like that, are you done, or how far down the road are you on that mid-July when drafts begin in what, 2 weeks, 3 weeks?
Well, yeah, we're hoping to turn on guillotine leagues in about 2 weeks. For reasons I can't get into on the air, it's been a little slower. We got a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes.
Right.
But we're turn them on and be ready for this. We're ready for the season roughly around the time the preseason game starts. So yeah, it's very exciting and it's time. All my rankings are done. Starting to do all of our big takes. I'm recording Fantasy Football Weekly with Thor Nystrom today.
Hey,
beloved Thor. He's going to give us some deep rookie sleepers. That's coming later today. We'll drop that around dinner time tonight.
Sweet.
Yeah.
What do you make of Aaron Jones this fantasy football season?
So, a way better player than I think most people realize. He's going to be the best back we've had here in a few years since Dalvin was really at the height of his powers.
Dalvin had a good 2022, but I know what you mean.
He did, but I still think even then that was a step down from 2021. But he's going to bring top 5 pass catching ability at a position. We haven't had a pass catcher as good as Aaron Jones in this backfield since
Dalvin caught it pretty well.
He did okay.
He didn't get myriad opportunities, but it's like the Indianapolis Colts comeback from 33 zip. Maybe the most key moment of that game. They stopped Matt Ryan on a 4th down try. Then the very next play, O'Connell screens left. Dalvin makes 2 guys miss.
80 yards later.
And Dalvin is as good at with the mechanics of the screen really as anybody I've seen, since I've done this job. He just, the mechanics of seeing it, catching it, and having it flow so he gets his guys set up, and then he's able to make 1 or 2 guys miss. And he had a catch back left of the end zone at FedEx Field, a one-hander.
Oh, unbelievable.
Yeah, so, he's an accomplished pass-catching back that, just faced scenarios where the opportunities were not voluminous.
So, now, Aaron Jones comes in, and I agree with everything you said. Dalvin was an accomplished pass catcher.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron Jones on a whole different level. He is at the Austin Eckler level of pass catching ability.
Wow.
So now we find out.
That's amazing.
Will Kevin O'Connell change the way he's done business for all of these years that we've seen, 2-3 years that we've seen him, and start throwing more to Aaron Jones? And then the other big thing is, he wears down. He gets, he is dinged up constantly. He's way slighter of build than people realize.
Yeah, he's not as thick as
you and I
Dalvin.
saw him on stage at the draft. I'm like, wow, he is This guy.
He wasn't as tall as I thought he was watching him on television.
He looks like he's 5'9", 5'10".
I also had no idea he was as fast as he was. Now this is out of shoulder pads and out of the armor. But like at organized team activities or maybe minicamp, like the straight line running when they're just doing drills and he puts the pedal to the metal.
Yeah,
man, our guy's fast. I just didn't realize how fast Aaron Jones was.
Like he is such a complete back. Can run inside, can go outside. I mean, there's nothing Aaron Jones can't do. It's just durability and not putting him in a spot where he's going to find himself constantly dinged up, constantly hurt, questionable going into games. And Ty Chandler needs to have a meaningful second season, build on what the learning he needed to do last year. Because Aaron Jones, they were
third season for Ty.
Yeah, third. Thank you.
Yeah.
Third. You're absolutely right. Third season.
Second playing season. I get you.
Yeah, that's well said. Good correction. Even the Packers knew that, and they tried to limit Aaron Jones. They would work in some of the other guys that they would have. The AJ Dillons.
Yeah,
and he would still end up getting hurt. So it's just. We got to be really careful with how much volume, unfortunately, we give Aaron Jones, and that's going to be sort of the only limiting factor for a player who otherwise can do everything.
He's Paulie Wally's Paul Charchian, and the Friday Football Feast.
PA and Church
is in the air. Nordo produces. Welcome. Around the corner, we're going to pepper Paulie, and much more is coming up during the course of the Friday Football Feast today with yours truly, Paul Allen and Paul Charchian, feasting on KFAN, your cash thing leader.
The Fan, along with BigDeck.com, want to give you a chance to put $1,000 in your hand with the National Cash Contest. So go to KFAN.com, enter the keyword cash. You might win $1,000. The keyword is cash at KFAN.com.
This is 9 to noon, live on iHeartRadio and KFAN, The Fan.
With Staples Hot Deals, you'll find super low prices on hundreds of items for back to school. Right now, 24-pack Crayola crayons and comp books are just 50 cents each at Staples. Plus, save even more with the Easy Rewards program. In-store only offer NC24, limit 20. Save big on back to school at Staples.
You shop local, you dine local, and we all enjoy local parks. So perhaps consider keeping your money local. Find a community bank that cares about and pours money into your towns at bankinmn.com. Community banks support businesses in your community, and that includes small business loans, donations, sponsorships, and much more. Find and use a local bank and understand why banking in your community benefits you and so many more. Find a bank and get details at bankinmn.com.
July 22nd through the 28th, the 3M Open is back with a special guest. Saturday, July 27th, Chris Lane will be playing the 3M Open Post-Play Party. Presented by Post-it. Great golf matters. Great music matters. Being there matters. Purchase your tickets today at 3mopen.com.
Just in case you needed one more reason to love Fridays, it's the Flash Friday sale at Radco. This Friday only, you can find special savings on the accessories you need to outfit your truck, with select items up to 70% off. The best brands and fitments up to 70% off, and Radco has them ready for install. But hurry, Flash Friday sale savings are in store and this Friday only. 4 metro locations, plus St. Cloud. Radco, your truck, your way.
Radco, your truck accessories pro.
I knew there had to be a better way to get relief from joint pain aside from surgery and harmful medications.
That's football legend and dancing champ Emmitt Smith, who knows a thing or two about joint pain.
Turns out I was right. It's called QC Kinetics, and now tens of thousands of patients and counting all across the country, they're feeling amazing. They say, hey, Emmitt, you were right.
QC Kinetics zeroed in on a technology that is revolutionizing pain treatment. They are transforming patients' lives. The largest provider of non-surgical regenerative treatments using natural healing properties to help restore and repair aching knees, hips, shoulders, and backs. Call them today for your free consultation.
QC Kinetics. I knew there had to be a better way. I love it when I'm right.
QC Kinetics.
Call QC Kinetics, 612-254-7123. That's 612-254-7123. 612-254-7123.
Anytime is snack time at Holiday. Try our new taquitos, battered and baked flour tortillas filled with bold, flavorful ingredients like seasoned ground beef and melty queso in our spicy queso beef taquito. Or Holiday's Bacon, Egg, and Cheese Taquito with diced egg, crispy bacon, onions, tomatoes, chilies, and melted cheese. They're hot, melty, and easy to grab and go, so grab 2 for under $5. Plus, fountain drinks up to extra large are still only 79 cents. Because anytime is snack time, only at Holiday.
Get ready for Loserville 2024. Starring the ultimate losers. Limp Bizkit. With performances by Bones. With Eddie Baker and Xavier Wolf. Nate No Face and Corey Feldman. With your host, Riff Raff. Live and losing. July 16th, Somerset Amphitheater. Loserville 2024. On sale now at Ticketmaster.com.
Hey, it's Meat Sauce here with my friends at Window Nation for the best way to beat the heat. Get high-quality windows from my friends at Window Nation. Right now, you buy 2 windows, you get 2 free. There is no limit. Plus, you could save even more with 0 down and no interest for 24 months. WindowNation.com.
Stay connected to your favorite fan show by sending your comments to the Bradshaw and Bryant text line at 64686. That's 64686. Standard message and data rate supply. Yet another way to stay connected to the Fan.
I know, right? PA and
You gotta be bleeping me.
Church.
Happy Friday. It's beautiful here in this part of the Twin Cities, just to the west of Erotic City, which would be Minneapolis, and that's copyright Prince Rogers Nelson. May God rest his soul. We have a fantasy bent to us today, and part 1 of something called Pepper the Polly with fantasy questions, fantasy football queries. That transpires right now in advance of Carly Knox, Link's president of basketball operations, joining us about 15 minutes from now. The Indiana Fever and Caitlin Clark are at Target Center on Sunday. It's sold out. It's ballyhooed. And we'll chat about that and more with Carly. And we're going to pepper the Polly right now. And here's the con.
I'm going to start here. Charch, you've been playing this game, fantasy football, for so many years. And now we have Guillotine League, so that's kind of a different vibe and a unique one in itself.
It's the best.
Who's the most obnoxious type of fantasy player, Charch? The homer, who basically drafts half of his favorite team. MIA guy. He stops setting his lineup mid-season or never pays enough attention.
Mm-hmm.
The 500 transactions guy, the endless tinkering of bench players. The bad trade guy, he's trying to get Jamar Chase from you for Robert Woods. He does this to half the league, and he does it several times a season.
Mm-hmm.
Or the big advice guy. He's always texting you. He's in the group chat explaining how stupid you are and how smart he is. Who is the most obnoxious fantasy player to have in your league, Charge?
May I add one?
Oh, perfect.
The no trade person. So all of those, which are pertinent, but then I would add because that's me, and I know it's bugged you in the past.
Yes.
It's the no trade. It's not that I don't know how to trade or I don't like to trade. I just don't trade.
You like your guys.
Like my guys. And I also, I'm faith over fear guy, unless it involves trading in fantasy sports, where I just feel like I'm getting ripped off every single time.
There's also the lucky guy, the guy that no matter what, you just can't believe how things go this person's way every single freaking time.
Which one gets to the core of your last nerve?
I'm going to do the runner-up, and then I'll do the winner.
Yeah.
The second worst personality for me is the no trade guy, because I'm here for the action. I'm here for the back and forth. I'm here for the chatter, the smack talk, the interaction, and I'm willing to make bad trades. I offer dumb trades all the time because I got a hunch. Tank Bigsby's going to have a big year.
Really?
Whatever. I don't mind. I'm not afraid to lose trades.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not afraid to offer even trades.
Mm-hmm.
I want people who will respond to trades. I want leagues that have people that want to do better, actively trying to improve their team via any mechanism they can, including the trade.
Yep.
And if there are people where the trade offers just go into a black hole, no answer.
Oh, they don't even respond.
They don't respond. They don't. They never offer a trade.
Yeah, you get left on red.
That's not that for me. You're not breaking any rules.
Yeah.
You're not doing anything wrong. It's just not the league I want to be in.
Is it okay to be the person that will immediately respond to the trade, but they're not going to trade with you? Because the left on red thing, that's frustrating. If somebody just doesn't want to trade, I don't really care about that.
Yep.
But just sitting there and you wait for 8, 10, 12 hours.
Yeah.
Waiver wire, you put this out to the person at 10 a.m. Waiver wire hits at 2 or 3. If I know what's going to happen with this, that might impact how I deal with the waiver wire.
Fair.
And at 6 p.m., I'm eating dinner and I finally get a decline notice.
Yes.
That drives me insane.
Now, it's all context sensitive a little bit. Like right now, I've been sitting on a trade in the Scott Fish Dynasty League from a guy named Riff Raff, who's offered me Tyreek Hill for my second-round pick. And I've been, contemplating this trade for a long time.
Ooh.
And so I've been thinking about that one for like 3-4 days now.
Keeps
but I
you up
let
at
him know
night,
I'm
doesn't it?
contemplating. I'm like, so, I'm thinking about this. This is
How
a good
do you
trade.
enjoy those camping trips with this on your mind?
I know. How can you do that, right?
Yeah. Attention distraction for the rest stops.
I always love that one.
The worst of those archetypes for any fantasy league is the don't set a lineup guy.
Mm-hmm.
The guy who doesn't pay attention.
Ooh.
The guy who's starting injured players.
The worst.
Because he's monkeying with the integrity of the league.
Right.
I need Paul to lose. Paul and I are battling for the final playoff spot.
Right.
I need Paul to lose. But Nordo, who's been mathematically eliminated since week 4,
Ain't setting a lineup.
ain't setting lineups.
Well, Cousins got hurt at Lambeau, so I'm just putting him in there.
Right, exactly. And now Paul's getting easy victories he shouldn't get, tinkering with the integrity of the league. Totally not cool. Those are the people that you just kick out of the league.
We had that scenario in League Freak, I think a year or two before Nordo joined. So that'd be about 7, 8, 9 years ago.
Yeah.
I can't even remember who it was, but the commissioner, Stu, myself and a couple others were like, hey, what's going on here? So, he went in and would set his lineups. My man freaked out. I mean, the text messages, the guy called me, because I was at the lead for that, even though I'm not the commissioner. I'm like, well, you got to do this, man. I mean, we're right at the end, and there's this involved and that involved. So the guy called me, and of course I didn't take the call. But he quit the league. He just, he made it difficult too. Of course he dropped all of his best players.
Oh,
and
shut
of course 2 of them were picked up. And we had to deal with that.
Wow.
And so then everyone's got to back out the transactions and everything.
I mean, my man became petulant with the whole thing.
Wow.
So he needed to go anyway.
Can you just tell me that Doogie was one of the guys that picked up one of the players that were dropped?
I think that was that was one of the frustrating moments in the quarter century history of League Freak is that led to the inclusion of Darren Doogie Wolfson.
He took that spot.
Who subsequently has won the bad boy a couple of times.
He's also in my fantasy basketball league.
He's
and
a shark.
Doogie's been very good
Doogie's
in that
a
league,
shark.
unfortunately, which is I wish he weren't as on the ball as he is. But
so the bad lineup person's number one.
Bad lineup guy is that's the worst.
Right.
That's the worst. So those people hurt the league and they changed the outcome of leagues through their inactivity.
Peppering Paulie, Nordo just got clipped with a phone call. Let me put this one in.
Yeah.
Dak's playing for new money.
Yeah.
Do you dig him as your fantasy quarterback?
Yeah, because it's turned into a Dak Prescott offense. When Ezekiel Elliott was in his prime, not only was Zeke a very good running back, but he was vacuuming touchdowns. And it kept Dak at a level of production that was really just sort of like above average. And, it wasn't superstar like. When Zeke a couple of years ago started to tail off. And then last year when Zeke was gone and they tried the Tony Pollard bit, did not work. They've since shipped off Tony Pollard. It's turned into now a pass first and pass second offense that goes through Dak Prescott. And so from a fantasy standpoint, I just love all the volume. And CeeDee Lamb was the highest scoring receiver in fantasy football last year, because of the situation with Justin Jefferson. Jefferson was on pace.
And he's going off.
Historic season.
This year, CeeDee Lamb's going off, I think, is maybe the top receiver, right? It's kind of him or Tyreek.
Yes, pick 2 overall for CeeDee Lamb. And Lamb is he's great. He is a very good player. You got to hold your nose when you draft any Cowboy, but he's legitimately very, very good. And I have no problem if people want to take him that early. And Dak's having some of the, some of the best games and the best, He's in the best spot he's been in from a fantasy standpoint, where I just need him to score me fantasy points. This is the Dak we want. This is the Dak we want. 36 touchdowns last year, led the NFL. Dak Prescott.
Let me hit you with this, maybe just a quickie, and then we'll pause. We'll do more Pepper and Polly. Carly Knox will be joining us around the corner. Jonathan Brooks, and maybe there are more conversations around rookies.
Yeah.
Is he just in the best spot to immediately become potential? I mean, non-quarterbacks. Running back Jonathan Brooks going to Carolina. Is he in the best spot maybe to think about being one of those running backs that could start kind of the landslide of rookies and younger players?
He was my second favorite running back coming into the draft, but he dropped into the perfect spot. Jonathan Brooks went in the second round. He goes to Carolina. Carolina upgraded their offensive line in the offseason, so I like that. And really, they upgraded the whole offense. But his competition is Chuba Hubbard, and then Miles Sanders, who got benched for Chuba Hubbard last year, and they're both dead. So he walks. Jonathan Brooks will be one of the, if not the highest. He's got the best opportunity of any running back heading into the season. You know, how it plays out is a little bit murkier, but opportunity matters more than talent. You know, we just want guys running backs who are going to touch the ball 15 times a game, and that looks like Jonathan Brooks.
That's Paul Charchi, and I'm Paul Allen. Version 2, Leg 2, the second installment of Pepper the Polly takes place a little less than an hour from now. And with Brandon Molesky hosting noon to 3 today, the 10 of Fits is what we call it in the business. The first hour is going to be dedicated to hardcore fantasy football, featuring Paul Charchian from guillotineleagues.com. Around the corner, Caitlin Clark. Yeah, that Caitlin Clark with the Indiana Fever. She's in Minneapolis Sunday, and on that and some other operational items, Carly Knox, the Lynx president of basketball ops, joins 9 to noon next.
Hello from summer camp, letting you know we're spending this Minnesota summer fishing, golfing, hiking, those stupid trust falls, blah, blah, blah. But my roommate snores, the food sucks, and the mosquitoes are the size of turkey vultures. I know we'll get to see each other again at the end of the month, but I'm just writing to say I miss you, football. I miss meaningless training camp battles. Stupid college coaches talking trash and media days. Hell, even my old high school two-a-days. I miss you, football. I can't wait to visit and talk to you at the end of the month, right here on The Fan.
The Fan and BigDeck.com want to help put $1,000 in your hand. Listen weekdays for your shot to win.
They all thought my tiny deck was funny. They chided and chanted, well, look at my deck now. What do you think of my big deck now? Bigger is better. Visit BigDeck.com and get your deck on.
It's almost here. Team USA is headed to Paris, and iHeartRadio is the exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics. It's the only way to listen to exclusive NBC play-by-play action of the games, plus NBC's top Olympic moments and live hourly updates from Paris. Bring the Summer Games with you everywhere you go. Download the free iHeart app now and enable push notifications for live updates from Paris. Only on iHeartRadio, the exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics.
Let's tell you a little story about the best. We are talking about Renewal by Andersen. You see, Renewal by Andersen has many facets that not only has helped the company stand the test of time, but likewise for your windows, your doors, and your patio doors. They offer financing other companies can't or won't. Now, let's repeat that. Renewal by Andersen, renewalbyandersen.com. They offer financing other companies can't or won't. And they pride themselves on making the scenario